Heyo, welcome to the Skyland part of the tutorial after way too long of a delay. Before getting into it, I want to make a couple of notes. One is that this tutorial is pretty dense on information to try to kind of convey all the essential stuff without too much fluff. As a result, it can be a little bit fast, so probably a good idea to pause frequently to try to replicate the techniques and then kind of cross-reference. Also, there's a lot of ways to do things in this game, so very much encouraged to experiment and see what works for you. As a final note, you should join the Discord. The Chameleon Twist community is awesome, the best speedrun community I'm a part of, and people are always enthusiastic to help new runners. Alright, now let's get started. Time starts on fade in after selecting your character. For this first slingshot, I use a slight up left angle. Then once in the air, I tongue left a couple of times. Once you see this platform, you can drop. Here's some input viewer footage of that angle. Basically, you go to the up left notch, then a bit more to the left. There's a lot of leeway in what angles can work, and the tongues that you do while you're in the air can influence that trajectory. If that warp is giving you some trouble, you can instead just death warp to this close platform. You can even do this without slingshotting. After either warp, walk over to this platform, wait a bit, then jump, parasol, and tongue to this rock. Then once your tongue is fully retracted, do a jump. After that warp, run to the right and tongue the roof. You want to then release your tongue before it's fully retracted in order to maintain your momentum. Make sure to jump up the upslope of the roof, then jump from the bottom of the roof to the next, again releasing your tongue early. From the second roof, jump slightly down right, parasol, and try to tongue along the rock wall. If successful, then you can release and tongue along the wall again, or you can just run through this section. Once here though, you want to jump, parasol, and do one last tongue along the wall, and try to hit your tongue on this fence. One way to do this section is to jump off the edge and then slingshot to the right to death warp to these floating platforms. You can do a similar slingshot instead using the fence. I personally find this a little bit harder. Neither of those slingshots save that much time, so you can instead just run over to that section, optionally using your tongue along these platforms. The fastest way to do this section is to jump and tongue to the first platform, then jump to the other two, then vault and slingshot up left from the last one. Those jumps between platforms are a bit tricky, so alternatively you can just jump and tongue to each one and it'll only lose you a couple seconds. Alternatively, ride the left platform up, then jump up to the floating island and slingshot up left. Connect your tongue to the surface and then jump up after retracting. This warps you a bit farther and is about as fast as the previous method. Run along the top part of this surface to avoid the enemies. Hold up left at this dark line in the wooden planks. Continue to hold that direction and let yourself drop a bit. Drop until around when the wooden planks take up like half of the screen. Then parasol and extend the tongue up left a couple of times. Once the screen starts to fade, you can drop. Run to the right through this section, optionally jumping to kind of cut the corner. Near this edge, jump, parasol, then extend your tongue to the right and curve it to hit this surface. Parasol, then extend your tongue near full distance once to the right, then extend it to hit this platform. Release your tongue and carry that momentum until you're about lined up with the next area. After spawning, tongue straight right, rotate up, then release after rotating a little over 90 degrees. Immediately parasol and tongue to the right, curving up to hit the platform. After traveling most of the distance of the tongue, release and parasol doing one full extension to the right, then one upright to hit the third platform. Jump up, then jump and tongue over to the right platform. Stand on the middle of this platform, hold R and up left. Once the corner of the platform lines up with this pillar, move up left and vault near the edge. Still holding up left, do one full extension, one half extension, then one more full extension, curving the tongue to hit the pillar. From there you can release near the end of the tongue or do a full retract and jump to be safe. A note on this death warp, you need to be pretty high up and along the back side of this pillar, so try to be right up against it on the face that's not visible on screen. As an easier alternative, you can ride the same platform all the way up to the right pillar, then from there jump off to the left and slightly up, do one full extension, one half extension, then one more extension to hit the pillar, then retract and jump. As you spawn, hold up left. At the edge, jump parasol and tongue, aiming for the side of this platform. From there, jump parasol and tongue to the next platform. This execution is a little bit tricky at first. Make sure to aim for the left part of this face of the platform. Being farther left will make the jump a little bit less scary. Then right when you're fully retracted, do a small tap jump, otherwise you'll fall. As an alternative, get onto the first platform, then jump and tongue to the middle of the next one, then go from there the same way. From this platform, jump, then slingshot left and slightly up using the ladybug platform. You can do another tongue on the pillar to make sure you have the height for the warp. This warp is really forgiving. As long as you're farther left than the pillar and your vertical positioning is somewhere in this area, you'll get the warp. If you accidentally inhale a ladybug, you can't do the slingshot. Just jump up and run to the boss platform, jumping around or inhaling any ladybugs that get in the way. If you want to gamble, move up left and tongue the upgrade. Then walk up near Mushroom and extend your tongue as he spawns the shrooms, trying to pick up as many as possible, then shoot those at him. Repeat this 3 times if you don't get any helpful power-ups. If you got a 3x, you can kill him in 1 spawn, and if you get a 2x, you can kill him in 2 spawns. Mushroom takes 25 hits to kill. Each spawn is 12 mushrooms, so you end up just short if you hit him with 2 full spawns or 1 spawn with a 2x. Even in the worst case of a short tongue, you can kill him in 3 spawns. It just takes a few more pickups. Here I'll just throw in a couple clips of the execution needed for a 2x or a 3x, and with that, I think that's all you need to get started with Skyland. Let me know of any questions or critiques, and be sure to join the Chameleon Twist Discord. There is a skip referred to as Sky Skip that I didn't cover, and it does save over 20 seconds, but this is really hard and it requires a speed up, so I wouldn't really recommend going for this until your PB is around like a 24.